Today, we're going to continue our playthrough of the gritty retrofuturism of Observer. It's a very mature game, very adult. But first, we're gonna do a cartoon game about squids! Bring back Callie. Apparently everyone's upset because we don't get enough Callie. Everyone's drawing Callie now. I can be your angle. Oh. I guess people feel like Callie is, underrepresented in Splat. Maybe they'll bring her back, I don't know. It's good. I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. And I'll take anything relating to fish. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Gonna do a little bit of multiplayer, and then a bit more single player, and then after this, Observer. So... actually, let's see what's on the docket. What's your favorite fish? I guess if I had to choose a fish that was cool, it would be that thing with the teeth and the light. Oh. Tower control, you say? Oh. So I haven't really been playing this. I fell off a bit. I fall off video games. The anglerfish, thank you. Yeah. So I can be your angle. That guy right there, that one. I don't eat fish because of... I will eventually. I know I'm gonna try it again. I've had swordfish, it's fine. I mean... It's just I've had some really weird experiences with fish when I was a kid, so I didn't eat it as a result later on in life. Like, I got taken to these weird restaurants that smelled like fish assholes, and it just totally put me off to fish. So, it's a shame, because I know there is very tasty fish out there, and, you know, I'm not experiencing it. But, in terms of favorite fish... do I have any fish stories? Well, that was really the whole fish story. I do have a couple of crabbing stories. I remember I used to go crabbing in Toms River, New Jersey. And I would go into a boat, and what you would do is, and this is 100% true, you would tie raw chicken to some, like, twine, or like a thing. Is it twine? I'm thinking if it's twine. Maybe I got the word wrong. And then you just drop it in, and then sometimes when you pull it back up, there's a crab on it. That's how you crab. If that doesn't sound exciting, then you don't know what fun really is. Wow! Whoa. Good shit. Yeah, the Death Road to Canada stream, the most recent one, is muted on YouTube. I'm gonna upload the raw footage to Vappy later on. It's 7 gigs. That's another reason why I did, VBR for a long time. If anyone knows what that means. It's just a little bit more... The file size is lower, too. So if anyone wanted to watch that Death Road stream, it's gonna have to wait. You can see how out of practice I am. And it only took like a week of me not playing this game regularly. God, I should've got that one first. It's okay, I'll get back into it. I'm gonna get back into the groove of this. And I'm using a weapon that I'm not really Like, this weapon is used for this game mode almost exclusively. For me. You know, some people probably use it a little more, maybe don't use it at all, but I like it for this game mode. We also should talk about the Splatoon updates, because there's some good updates coming to the game. In not too long from now. Actually, there's been an update for, like, balances and bug fixes, and I have patch notes, and, in between this round and the next, I can perhaps read some of these changes, because I didn't actually look at them in too much detail. Vinny, explore outer space or deep sea and Earth's interior. Listen, man, you're talking to a Star Trek fan. If I was into sea quests, I'd probably say, go down into the ocean and find some fucking anglerfish and bioluminescent squids and, you know, whales that speak the fucking Aramaic. But at the moment, I'm gonna say space, because I like space quite a bit. I get some good splats, but it wasn't enough. Space whales. Well, what if the Star Trek movie with the whales in it was 100% accurate, and that the whales hold some kind of secret knowledge, and that aliens came here for specifically the whales and not us? What if we were just, like, number 2 or 3 on the planet compared to whales and dolphins, and we didn't know it? Just because they don't have cars. They don't have cars. And they don't have, like... They don't have games, and they don't have, like, internet porn. So we don't look at them like they're advanced. But what if... Like in Star Trek 4, the aliens went to the whales for internet porn, and not us? Alright, well, Splatoon 2 stream is off to a good start. Okay, set a mine there. Splat! Get them splatted! Oh, I only got one splat. That's okay, we won. Dinosaurs discovered space travel before us. Some of them did not make it off the planet in time to, get away from the meteor. The meteor, as in, it was literally just a giant ball of meat that crashed into the planet, and we were on it. Some of them meat cells formed us. Speaking of, I made some really fucking banging burgers today. Like meat from a farm. Like good shit. Corn, taters, directly from a farm in New Jersey. It's good. Alright, so what are we talking about? Right, the patch. So first we can talk about, the lost output stage. The lost output is actually when Twitch decides not to, accept my stream properly. No, it's called the Lost Outpost, and, you can play it in local wireless mode. That's already in the game, but it's not yet available online. I think, yeah, this is what it looks like. This is the Lost Outpost. So... it's nice to see some variety in the salmon run. Yeah, but I'm ready. I'm ready for that to be in the game. So, 21 new weapons have been added to the selection of those available when playing Salmon Run. Flyfish can now be defeated using Splashdown Special on their launchers. Thank God, by the way. That's a really good fix. Fix an issue when direct hits on a stinger boss salmonid from either blaster or shots fired while using inkjet did nothing, or did not deal the added damage of their shots exploding. Fixed an issue where steelhead boss salmonids were not exploding properly, yada yada yada. So just a bunch of fixes. Some weapon increases, like for example the blaster has 40% explosion damage increase, so they balanced the number of the weapons. Carbon roller, decreased ink usage. Splat roller, decreased ink consumed. So that's good. In multiplayer, it seems like just a number of fixes. There's a lot, and there's a lot of balance issues too. I can show you what it looks like. You go to probably Google it, you know, Splatoon 1.20, and you can get all the info. But just a bunch of upgrades and some changes. So, balance. More pleasurable. It's good to see patch notes from Nintendo. Players who were in your last battle Splatfest, last played Splatfest, will now appear in Inkopolis Square. So the stuff like that. And player ranking has been fixed. Spectator mode has been changed up a bit. What we don't have yet, and we will soon get this new stage for multiplayer, it's the Manta Maria. Like Santa Maria. Oh, come on! I just got that. Santa Maria, Manta Maria, good. It's a ship. It's a boat. And it looks like it's in some kind of like city. It's in Sydney, Australia, mate. No, but it looks cool. And then you have the bubble blower, which I'm excited for. This is like a completely different looking weapon, or it's a sub-weapon, I think. Special weapon, sorry. Got it wrong twice. The bubble blower arrives September 1st, bundled with the forged Splattershot Pro. So, a bubble special. Oh! Alright. So that's the update, and what we're getting in the future. Between this and ARMS, it is nice to get the updates well into the game's launch and for free. And after the game's launch. We're getting a new clown character in ARMS, which I've talked about already. But if you didn't hear my full thoughts, it's an inflation clown. So, I'm not hopeful that people are going to be good Christian children about this character. Her name is Lola Pop, and she's a clown with nunchucks. But, I mean, hey, Nintendo must have heard my clown stories. So who wants to go to the Clown Motel and play ARMS with me? Damn it. Staples? Yeah. Her other ARMS, her special is she can use staples very effectively. But that's how she deflates. Once again, for anyone just joining, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here tonight. I was gonna stream tonight regardless, I think, because Observer got me really interested in finding out more. So tomorrow night I might take the night off. Tomorrow night seems like a good night to chill. My friend Bill is doing a movie night on a projector. Like with a projector on his like wall, on his house, on the side of his house. And we've done this before. We did it with, well, he's done this a couple times. He did it with Jaws, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Jurassic Park is tomorrow. So that just seems like something that will be nice. And it's nice out, so why not, right? throw, block, protect. Ooh! That's good. Hey, Adam. What's this shit about your brother-in-law and the meat keyboard? What's up with that? Can you explain that in some degree of detail in the chat? Do you know how I was doing the, I'm gonna say it backwards, because I don't want to actually be a dick at the moment. You know how I was doing the, KO Google? My character looks like he's gonna fucking fist pump and eat some rum ham on the Jersey Shore. He's going to Wildwood. He's gonna get a tan. But I was doing the Google thing. I was activating people's phones like an asshole. I'm sorry. And I'm not really that sorry. But hey, apparently it decided to search for something particularly strange on Chromatic's brother-in-law on his phone. Including, it was like, I don't remember what I said, but it looked up meat keyboard. Basically, his friend was watching your stream and something you said made their always listening and order you random shit machine, Alexa, Google, or whatever, and it ordered a meat keyboard. What do you mean it ordered the meat keyboard, though? That's what I'm confused about. Did it actually place an order for it? Does it exist? Is it on the way to their house? It's the god of meat. The god of meat. The world's first edible keyboard. But only if it's cooked properly. You don't want to get salmonella. Yeah, this stream has had 3 references to meat so far. That's a cool emote you got there. Twould be a shame if Twitch staff were to be alerted to it. Meat keyboard is your favorite flavor of Polish water ice? Best on the boardwalk. We got cherry, we got meat keyboard, blackberry, mango. Winner of 10 awards. There was also some, I forget what it was, there was something on the boardwalk that had, you know how, like, people say they're the best in the world at things, but the way they phrase it is completely, like, vague? There was something on the boardwalk, it was like, best pizza in the world. But I think it was phrased like, pizza is the best in the world. You know what I mean? Like, something fucking weird like that. Because I was like, wait a minute, how could they just say that? Who said this? Like, who gave them this award? And then I was like, oh, that's not... I guess meat keyboard is real. Someone just linked pictures of it. I'll show you after this. My team needs me. Oh no, get out of here! Ooh. Battle of the Blasters. Nice. Good shit, team. Meat keyboard. Meat chat. I mean... Alright, this is kind of cheating a little bit. There's more than just meat on the keyboard, and it's not actually made of meat. I'm disappointed. But in the strictest possible definition, we have confirmation that a meat keyboard exists. Meat keyboard is what you play on the ham radio. You can leave my chat room right the fuck now. Only I make terrible jokes. What about this one? Bacon MacBook keyboard. This one is a lot more... Yeah, this one's full bacon. But again, we're just seeing a painting of bacon. A painting. I mean, a picture. It's a decal skin. It says it makes a great gift. For the, you know, for the bacon enthusiast in your life. Everyone knows a bacon enthusiast. Let's try this Splatbrella a bit. Your squid looks like a fucking chump. Oh yeah. No, this is douche squid. Like I said, this douche squid, I met him one night while I was in Wildwood, New Jersey, on the Jersey Shore. He was pumping. He got kicked out. You know, he was going mental in the bar. He was ordering shots for too many people. He was hitting on everyone in the bar. Fucking mouthed off to a bouncer. You know what I mean? Tried to, like, throw a punch, missed, was so drunk, fell all over himself, peed. So far, I'm really into the Splatbrella. I feel like it takes a lot of... There's a lot of things that you have to learn. Like, using the shield of the Brella is one of those things that's gonna take a little bit of time. Using the shield properly, because there's definitely a little bit of a lag between when you press the shield button and when it actually happens. Oh my god. They're going crazy. Get some of that. Oh! So I hate to admit this, but I ended up watching one of those... Remember how we were talking about illegal YouTube live channels streaming cartoons 24/7 and having thousands of views? I may or may not have, binged a little bit on South Park and Rick and Morty while cooking tonight. How long until this good thing is taken from us? I mean, I wonder how YouTube is gonna be able to moderate such a thing. You know, do they have to hire someone to look at all live channels at all times? Is there going to be an automated system? I mean, it's just... I can imagine the automated system, like, having a ton of, like, glitches and problems and killing streamers' live streams because something looked similar to what was in their database of material that shall not be streamed. Ah, why did I put the umbrella away? They'll keep improving content ID. I'm all for improved content ID if it means there's going to be less errors. But I don't think they care if legit streams are killed. Umbrella drains ink meter while it's up. Oh, okay. Douche squid. What other fishing memories do I have? I've gone fishing a number of times. I used to have a fishing rod. I always hated how tangled it would get, but I was a fucking kid. I don't know what I was doing. I've caught a number of fish in my life. I had family members that enjoyed fishing, but it's been years. It's been years. Caught garbage a couple times, because there's actually a couple fishing spots on Staten Island. And, whenever we would go to those, that would involve, like, somewhat getting stuck on a piece of trash. Yes! How many fish eyes? I would not like to admit that I've actually seen... Like, the thing with fishing, it's not for the squeamish. Because, you know, you gotta pluck some eyeballs. You gotta pluck some hooks out of eyeballs and shit. It's not fun. You know. Yeah, it was not exactly my favorite part of the fishing experience. Yeah. Outplayed. I didn't get the kill, but I survived. Yeah. Ah! Fucking bastard! Fuck! Trying to cover as much of this area as I can. Throw one of those there. Start covering this spot right here. Oh! Didn't see ya. I don't know. It's gonna be a close match. Fuck. On that day, I was a kid, and not a true squid. They had 2 AFKs. Desert P disconnected? Wait, Desert, you were in my match? How the fuck did I not notice that? go with the original Squelch. Squelch original. I was in your match and got Nintendo'd. Okay. They had 2 DCs, you had one of your own. You aren't exactly the most perceptive person. I will defend myself. I will defend myself here. And say that streaming, going through chat, delivering commentary, and focusing on cooking muffins, all while playing a game, is not always the best for perception. Sometimes I miss things. But I also lied. I'm not cooking muffins. Streaming is a -5 to all perception rolls. I think, yeah, maybe something like that, sure. This will be known as the Great Muffin Jape of 2017. For a brief time, everyone thought I was making muffins. Vinny, how is this defending yourself? You just ragged on yourself harder. Huh? No, I don't think I did that. I'm pretty sure by me saying if I'm not a perceptive person while I'm streaming, I'll take that. I mean, in general, I can miss things. But when I'm streaming, I miss more things because I tend to focus on a number of things, like telling you guys fishing stories and then reading things like, Vinny, you're not a perceptive person. So, I mean, it's like a catch-22, and it kind of just loops around and around, like time is a flat circle, Matthew McConaughey type shit, where what came first, chicken or the egg? And the answer is, who cares? Both are really delicious. Vinny, does streaming make you dumber? Yes. You also lose -3 to intelligence. At least. Shit. It's a legit question, though. I think I can answer it. I think I could say something like, alright. It depends on how good at dealing with pressure and judgment you are. If you can ignore it, that's good on you. But it's like, in some ways it's like having someone in the room with you to scrutinize your every move, and you have to try to turn that off and pretend that's not happening. Unless it gives you, like, strength. Doesn't really, I don't think about it like that. I'm kind of semi-indifferent to it. But there are times where it does make me play worse. I'm mostly indifferent, but sometimes it does fuck with me. God damn it. Let's get up there, Squid. Come on, Squid! Alright. I gotta use I gotta use my special, because, I'm not doing well. But I'm happy to blame myself for my own faults, and most of me fucking up in the stream is, of course, my own fault. But there are a couple of variables that add to it. Definitely. And if you've never streamed before, it's... that was my own fault, completely. But if you've never streamed before, it's easy to write it off. But there's definitely a number of variables that make it a little harder. We gotta take this tower. This is grape juice versus orange drink. I almost had all 4, but that's fine. I'll take that. Fucking orange drink out of here. Ooh! Fuck up on up out of here. Ah! Man. They got their squid together. Got 2 of them. Whether or not it hits, well, that's a different story, but... Some nice ice cream music. Shit. We fought bravely, but they were good. They were very good. And we were very ass. I'm gonna do one more, because I'm almost leveled on my, my bro glasses and shoes. And then we'll do some single player. Oh look, it's Darren. That's not the Darren, is it? It's not like potato. Do you know? Potato? Oh, it's me, Scarface. Do you know the voice everyone does? Potato? Here's a confession. I've never seen all of Scarface. I've seen probably 90% of that movie in the same way like the movie Memento plays out. Like, I caught the beginning of it after I watched the middle, and then I saw another part, like another scene in the middle at a different time when it was on TV. Like, this is over years. I caught most of the Scarface movie over years of, you know, HBO or whatever it was on, whatever channel. Some of that poison gas. Sons. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Fuck. But yeah, Scarface is one of those movies that had, like, you know, people talk about Monty Python being super quotable and just people reciting quotes over and over and over again. Scarface, man. Scarface was the one. I was big in New York. So many people had at least one Scarface t-shirt. Over in Wildwood, they're still selling Scarface t-shirts. Potato. It was like a cultural zeitgeist. It was a movement over like a gangster movie. Well, it wasn't exactly gangster, was it? But I mean, like, I guess it was, but not in the same way like Goodfellas or The Godfather was. Also, Casino is an underrated movie. Just saying. When I say underrated, I don't think people rated it lowly. I should rephrase that. It's underappreciated, maybe under, like, known. It's overshadowed by Goodfellas, but I think Casino's also really fucking great. Come on. Get over here. Ah, orange juice! God. Mole rats are taking over the stream. Sorry, this is now mole sauce. I'm handing the keys over to the mole overlords. They'll provide edgier commentary. Get that shit out of here. Only one? It's only one. Ah, blue fire! What kind of movie do you want to see come back? Whatever The Shining was to the horror genre. Oh no. No. Hilariously bad video game movies, like the Mario Brothers movie, the Street Fighter. Well, that wasn't as bad as Mario Brothers. Juve Bowl Mario Brothers. Just, yeah. I want to see, like, studios pick up things like Zelda and Metroid. Oh wow. And just totally butcher them. Like, just give them to directors that have no idea what they're doing. Don't even know what the games are, have never played them. Which is exactly what happened with the Mario Brothers movie. And look what we got. We got Mushroom Blade Runner. Amy Schumer as Samus. What have you done? You cantankerous codpiece. How dare you say something like that? It's a comedy. Guys, Metroid as a comedy movie. And it's like, it's just Samus talking about my pussy. constantly. Oh, man. I can see the scene now where the Metroid latches onto her crotch. Adam Sandler as Link. Oh! These comedians, in quotations, have come up a number of times in the past couple days, haven't they? Maybe I'm secretly in love with both of them. What video game character should Nicolas Cage play? Well, this is certainly a little different. Kirby? Nicolas Cage is Kirby. I suck, but then sometimes I blow. It's 24. Oh, no, 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 no. Seth Rogen as Tingle. I just wanted to join you on your adventure, Link. I actually don't hate Seth Rogen like some people. He's an easy voice to like. Well, it's not an easy voice to do necessarily. It's just like it's a good caricature. But I genuinely like some of his stuff, and I think he's doing a good job with the Preacher show. He's the executive producer behind it. Like he's the dude who got the ball rolling on Preacher. So I can't hate him too much. And there's a couple of movies he's done. Like, I really liked Pineapple Express when I first saw it. I don't know if I still like it, but I might. James Franco's another one that... polarizing. What's the fucking End of the World movie? I like that one. Thoughts on the Disaster Artist movie? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm really close to the subject matter. I'm kind of a big Room fan, as you know, and I've listened to the audiobook of The Disaster Artist, so I'm excited for it. I hope they don't beans it up, because they could beans it real good and real quick. And I know, I'm not crazy about Franco's Wiseau impression. I think it's okay. Maybe he gets the spirit of it. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm optimistic, but I'm gonna reserve my judgment until it gets released. Whoa. Will you be finishing single-player mode tonight? Probably not. I think I'm gonna probably do half of this area, and then finish it up on the next stream of Splatoon 2. God, this is a little confusing. It's like... these levels are well hidden. It's 25. I'm looking for 23. No, 22. It's 24. Did you hear about Final Fantasy Assassin's Creed crossover DLC? A couple people in chat mentioned it, but I've never played an Assassin's Creed game, and I have not played a Final Fantasy game since 10. So both of those series have kind of... like, I don't really have a thing to say. Good skipping. Well, I just wasn't interested. 11 was an MMO. Wasn't interested. I don't play MMOs anymore. Really have no interest in any MMO at the moment. So, 14 is out. 13 didn't do anything for me. I heard it was Corridor Simulator. 12 was the only one I actually thought looked cool. And for some reason I didn't pick that one up. I've talked about this on stream a number of times though in the past. 12, yeah, 12 seemed to stray a little bit from what I liked about Final Fantasy, but I heard it was still a good game. And the remake, or like a remastered version of it, didn't that just come out on PS4? Well, I don't quite have a PS4, so... And 15... it had promise for me. I almost, you know, I considered picking up 15. I guess the time it came out was a little rough because wasn't Zelda out around the exact same time? Or was that... no, when did that come out? No? What game came out, or when did Final Fantasy 15 come out? That was, what, like holiday last year? Pokemon Sun and Moon. We did skip a level, I can return to it though. The Octo Galaxy, one with the Cosmos. The wacky random samples the music. And you know, I heard good things about 15 to the point where I almost went and got it, but then, you know, I've said this before, but I'm a very, very, very picky person when it comes to games that are like 50, 60, 70, 80 hours long. Like, that's... I gotta be really, really, really interested. I gotta be sure it's something I'm gonna like and stay engaged in for all those hours. So I just wasn't sure that would be the game to do that. And then I heard the overworld was like really empty, and I got a little scared away from it. I got a little scared away from a couple of friends, and also from people online. And Assassin's Creed, for some reason, I just never played it. I didn't have any interest. Everyone was talking about Assassin's Creed, and then there was a new one every year, and it was like, I don't want to dive in now. There's just too many of them. And I just get frustrated when a game series has a new release every year. That is, I think that's just greedy. Horizon Zero Dawn came out around the same time as Breath of the Wild, but I don't have a PS4. I probably would have gotten Horizon if I had a PS4, but then the fact that Zelda was out would have made the decision a little harder. But yeah, it was never like... well, I guess I kind of started getting annoyed. By the time I had the means to play Assassin's Creed, I started getting annoyed because the E3 presentations were looking shitty. Oops. And I remember watching the Black Flag presentation at E3, and it was like, it froze. And people were shitting on it, and I was like, oh, come on, just fuck this series. But if you didn't catch me talking about E3, and I did a long series of discussions about E3, this new Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Egypt, actually appeals to me. One, because they took some time off between games. Two, you know, watching the gameplay, I was like, oh, this is like a light RPG game. Combat looks pretty good. And it's set in Egypt, and I fucking love Egypt. Ancient Egypt. So, I don't know, that's probably the only one in the series at the moment that I might jump in on that one. We was kings. Let's hope they don't fuck it up. I mean, it's Ubisoft, but still. If they don't fuck it up, maybe I'll jump in. And, that'll be my first Ass Creed game. Meanwhile, here I am thinking it's a game about Apollo Creed from Rocky. Wait, do you guys need the duck? Vinny, do you think we'll see ancient astronauts in this Assassin's Creed? We're gonna see hieroglyphics of Giorgio Tsoukalos himself. But I really think that it would be kind of cool to have like a side quest, like an ancient alien side quest, where you do a bunch of very specific things, and instead of getting the Triforce, you get a fucking, like, a space helmet. Where you get, I don't know, like you dig up the ruins of a crashed alien spaceship under a pyramid, or in the sand someplace. I'm sure it would be fun to throw in a reference to the ancient astronaut theory and to the ancient aliens. I don't know if Ubisoft would do that, even just for a jape purpose. Cool. What about the movie? I like Michael Fassbender. I like Michael Fassbender a lot. I think he's one of the best actors in Hollywood right now. Still has not inspired me to see the Assassin's Creed film. I'll rip that. Oh, it's all toilet sounds! Oh god, I just got myself dizzy. There's some lore. On top of looking like my a douchebag, my squid actually is a douchebag. A bag. Whoa! How's that for lore? My squid is basically that Haas guy from the H3 lawsuit. What's his name? Matt Haas? Oh! I know, I was talking about them winning the other day. I'm really happy about that. That's good for everyone that makes videos. I have to be a little more careful this section. Shit. Oh, no! No! One life to go. No! You know, I could have gone under the rollers. Guess I realized that a little too late. God, it's gonna be like a Tums festival tonight. Some of them I could have gone under. Not all of them. I'll do that level again another time. I'm a little pissed. Just a little bit. $22. Hero brush. Okay. Well, we haven't done this in single player yet, so... maybe this level will be easy. It's got a nice shitty, like old seaside amusement park. Like really old, like almost from like the 50s. But it's still there. You know, it's under-maintained. But it's an amusement park. Like a very small amusement park. I mean, look, there's the fucking teacups. Got raspberry. Cheery. Come on down. Speaking of amusement parks, I've considered, before the summer ends entirely, I was considering going to Dorney Park in Pennsylvania, which has a whole assortment of fucked up roller coasters. It's about, I think it's about 2 hours away though, like maybe hour and a half. Got mango. Anyone ever been there? Is it any good? I've been there, it's awesome. Well, I gotta see how the roller coasters compare to Six Flags. Two hours isn't bad. The wave pool is cool. I don't do water parks though. I would just do the roller coasters and whatever else they have there. Like, I would have a hard time wanting to, drive for 2 hours and then get in, like, a scummy pool and get some nice pink eye, you know what I mean? And then, like, drive home with wet socks. Alright, well that's not necessarily the case. I mean, you just take your socks off and put them in a locker, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. Water parks just don't do it for me. Maybe one day. I think of the Always Sunny episode. You know, the one where Mac goes to the bottom of the filter. The bottom of the pool to put his butt on the filter. Like the fucking Chuck Palahniuk story. Guts. You know, I did a dramatic reading of the Guts short story on this stream like 4 years ago. Maybe 5 or 6, actually, now that I think about it. was it corn and peanuts? Is that the line that made people pass out? If you were there, consider yourself part of history. If you were at one of those streams. Or specifically that one, where I read Guts. No, I'm not gonna tell you what Guts is if you don't know. It's unholy is what it is. So this guy's a bit of a cunt. Ah. No, I don't have the better bombs. I'm stuck with these, which is gonna make this harder. Okay, no, it's kind of stuck. It's stuck. Fucking fart knuckle. Go. I feel a big fight coming on too. Oh boy. Ah! All right, good. Good, I can see my, my death wail was not in vain. Yeah, maybe it's time, after I'm done with this level, to buy a better bomb. Better sub-weapon. Also, I have no idea where the lore is. Wow. Whoa, that's scum. That is scum. Yeah! Lore is near the end? Okay, good. I've seen some heated debates about squid bagging, by the way. And how the squid bagging needs to stop. Or that it's in fact just harmless fun. And like, don't be such a drag. It should be called sea bagging, and it pisses me off it's not called that. Like oh, I see what you mean, yeah. I mean, it could go either way, really. Squid bagging is fun. I mean, the name is fun. I don't know if I've done it, I mean, don't knock it till you try it, but... Just make sure I have everything over here. Everything here is acquired. Make it rain. Oh my god. Oh my god, this fucking level. Whoa. Oh! Gleave! Gleave! One down. Fuck, how am I gonna get up there? This cunting thing is chasing me. Stop! I need to get up there. Come on. Get over here. Closer. Ooh! I can't get it close enough. Alright, just then it was close enough. Just really unfortunate timing. Alright, that thing has wall hacks. Come on, clean here, motherfucker. Yeah! Okay, but I didn't get the lore. At least that thing is dead. No lore here. the lore is under? Oh, I see it, I see it. Please don't knock me off or kill me. Whatever you do. Huh. Look for a power egg floating in midair. Oh, I see it, I see it. Wow, this is a really hidden lore. Potentially very deadly. Thank you for the help. We got it. Now what? Guess we're going back this way. Okay, lore acquired. The history of squid bagging. Whoa! Yeah, get up there! There we go. Come on. Come on! Yep. Oh, thank God! Morty, excuse me. Accidental burp. Let me check your weapon log. Data's coming through. This is good stuff. Good, good, good. Hero brush can be used. Okay, here's the lore. It says, "Hey squid kids, it's me, Callie. It's been so long since I've written a proper blog post. Being on my own like this, I've got time to think, but sometimes I think too much. I'm really psyched for filming today. Stay fresh, squid emoji." Okay. She's got a blog, yeah. She's got a blog. Okay, it's time for the slosher. Hang on just a second, guys. Let me just check a thing. Apparently Mark Laidlaw just posted... The dude from Valve just posted something very interesting. The Half-Life 3 script. This is what I was told in chat. the plot to Half-Life 3. What the fuck? He's not been at Valve for a while. Wow. Wait, is it Half-Life 3 or is it Episode 3? It's a jape? Okay. Well, his website's not loading, so... The website's broken, but, here's the thing, hang on. Some people in chat mentioned it, I had to look it up. And then, I found a couple of things. marklaidlaw.com, L-A-I-D-L-A-W. It's not loading, but let's see. I guess it just posts how the story ends. The NDA for Half-Life 2 Episode 3 ended. It seems like it's not a jape, guys. Hang on a minute. Dearest player, I hope this letter finds you well. I can hear your complaint. Gordon Freeman, we have not heard from you in ages. So yeah, it's, I guess that's it. It seems to be the story as it picks up from Episode 2. Doesn't look like it's Half-Life 3, it looks like it's just Episode 3, but the whole Borealis thing and all that stuff. Wow. It's a paste bin, at the moment. I mean, you don't have to believe it. It was posted on Mark Laidlaw's website, but I just posted it in chat a couple times. This is kind of big news, but, I mean, you don't have to believe it. I don't know if I believe it 100%. I'm gonna read it later, and I'm gonna find out what the hell's going on. I'm sure there's gonna be more articles about this. I'm sure there's gonna be more news about this, but... let's operate under the assumption... you know, if you don't want to spoil it for yourself in the hopes that Episode 3 comes out at some point, then don't do that. You know, don't spoil it for yourself. Or if you think it's just pure japes, then yeah, then it's pure japes, whatever, but... let's operate under the assumption that it is actually the Episode 3 script. That's really kind of fucking sad. Like, now it's confirmed that we're not gonna get whatever was intended. It's like, there it is. There's no way. There's no way they can do exactly that same story, because they just abandoned the fucking thing. Half-Life is one of my favorite game series. I mean, there's only 2 games and a couple episodes and all that, but, you know, the engine itself, Team Fortress Classic, Counter-Strike, all the mods, just Black Mesa, the lore, everything about Half-Life. I've said this on stream a number of times, but I'll repeat it. If you asked me what video game I had the most time in, out of any video game ever, it would be Half-Life. Like, the Half-Life engine, the Source engine. I played more Team Fortress, more Half-Life. I've actually made levels. I learned how to use, Worldcraft, when it was called Worldcraft. I made, like, shitty Black Mesa levels that weren't even that good. But I just really loved... I loved it. And, it's hard not to feel like you're kind of abandoned, like, or forgotten. I don't mean to make it sound melodramatic, but I mean, I really wanted more Half-Life. And Valve is an exceptionally talented developer, and they did an amazing job with Half-Life 2, and I love the episode idea. And Episode 2 was great. And then nothing. Is it because Steam made them buckets of money? And they were like, fuck this, we don't need to make any more games? Is it because They didn't know how to end the series. They just had no idea. Well, if the script is there, they could have at least brought closure to the Half-Life 2 story. You know, if they have a story, they could have used the engine, the source engine, and just finished it. It would have sold well. I mean, I know they're still doing some stuff with games. I know they're you know, Dota card game. We had Left 4 Dead 2, well, like 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Portal 2 was 2010. But it's just been a while and they're not focusing on a lot of these great series. But Half-Life being my favorite. Episode 2 and Episode 3 is one thing. That's, like, one story arc. I understand that Half-Life 3, I give Gabe a break on Half-Life 3 because you want to do something truly extraordinary with the Half-Life series. And you want to, if Half-Life 3 was ever potentially in the works, you want it to be, like, really, really impressive. You want it to be the same leap that Half-Life 2 was from 1. And you know what? The industry moved so quickly. The industry advanced leaps and bounds that Valve was probably just chasing their own tail over and over and over again. It's gotta be a tough thing to do, even with the resources and talent that Valve had. I say had. I don't know who they have now. But, even with all of that, I would still imagine delivering another experience without it being derivative or, you know, falling flat of what people expected of the Half-Life series. Must have been a really difficult thing, and that's probably one of the main reasons why we didn't get a Half-Life 3. Or if there is a Half-Life 3 at all considered or in development, maybe it's something like, you know, Duke Nukem Forever, where it underwent a number of different iterations. Maybe it started as one thing, ended with another thing, and then they changed engines. Maybe they had an idea, took it back. I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to say. We've seen this happen in games a number of times, but not with such a revered series. Revolutionizing the first-person shooter, again, would not be an easy thing. But delivering a conclusion to the story that was set in Half-Life 2 by just releasing Episode 3, that would have been okay. Maybe they missed their window. Maybe by the time it was almost done, they were like, holy shit, this engine's outdated. It's been like 6 years or 5 years since the previous episode came out. Can we even fucking release this? My answer, of course, is yes. I think it would have made a lot of people happy if it was just like a 4 or 5 hour game experience that had all the story beats. And, sorry everyone, Half-Life 3 is taking a very long time. We're not sure what we can do. Thanks, Gabe. Some of us understand. Thank you for being honest with us. Thank you for telling us. Thank you for telling us. Thank you for the transparency. Thank you for being open enough to say that you were working on it, but it became a bit of a problem for all the reasons I listed and more. But we didn't really get any of that. We just got silence and card games and lots of Steam stuff, which is cool. I like the Steam sales and everything, but lots of skins and hats and, you know, knives in Counter-Strike and I like CSGO a lot. I love it, in fact, but I would have preferred a Half-Life. I'm gonna sound cynical, and this is a very cynical statement, and I try to avoid cynicism as much as I can. Well, that's not true. I know what cynicism does to me, so I try not to get down that path sometimes. But I'm gonna let the cynicism, say, and this is nothing new, of course, and people would throw a statement like this around, no fucking problem, on most corners of the internet, but I'm gonna say that they realized that you can make more for doing less by charging for skins and crates and, you know, just managing the business of Steam. Than the amount of work it would take to get Half-Life, you know, going again, and to do it really right. And then you remember, like, Half-Life 2 leaked, and there's probably a lot of stress involved. And they're like, oh, free money versus heartache and expectations we probably could never, ever, ever match. I don't know. I'm ranting, I apologize. I really want you to know I'm sorry for going on about this, but it's a really, really weird thing to just randomly find out that the script for episode 3 is now online. And that kills a number of possibilities. Yeah. It's not fun. I mean, I'll even take fucking Left 4 Dead 3 at this point. You know, just whatever you got. Just give me something. I miss Left 4 Dead. Remember when people complained that Left 4 Dead 2 came out too soon after Left 4 Dead? I was one of them. I told you, I'm not really big on yearly releases. That's, to me, that's really fucking... It just feels greedy and lazy. I mean, Splatoon 2 this is a 2-year since the previous game, and enough is different that I'm okay with it. But if they do this one more time, where it's just an incremental upgrade, like very slight, with some new stuff, they need to do a little bit more, I think, for the next Splatoon. Also, real quick, guys, lore? Did I miss it? It's like way missed, right? It's not like 10 feet away from me? Okay. That sucks. Alright, fine. What more could they do? I don't know, I think the single player could be a little bit more fleshed out. I like this style of single player though, I mean, so it's tough for me to say that. You know, more multiplayer options, more customability, more control over what you do online and not like the limitations. I don't know. There's stuff that can be done. I don't know what exactly. Salmon Run was great. Salmon Run was an excellent addition. Maybe another thing like that, like another game mode like that. But I don't know, I'm kind of on both sides of the fence with this one. I know you gotta pick a side, otherwise you're an asshole, right? You gotta pick a side! But I kinda like where Splatoon is. Like, this is a really good sequel. And I don't mind so much that it's more of the same, because it's done well. But on the same token, you know, more of the same next time is probably gonna be a little bit too... It's probably gonna be a little too samey. Do one more level. And then we'll do Observer. So yeah, I'm kind of like, with Left 4 Dead, I'm kind of ready for something new, because it's been so long. You know, we haven't been in that world for a long time now. Zombies aren't really in anymore. Well, I think they still kind of are, right? I mean, on a mainstream level, with The Walking Dead, both shows, I'm assuming zombies are probably as big as they've ever been, but for people who have been, like, dealing with them for fucking years, maybe they're not as cool. But yeah, Left 4 Dead 3 would be great. But that would also mean they'd now have to... I think they also kind of fucked themselves by sticking to the one engine. In a way. Like, sticking with Source also potentially... like, fucked them a bit. Oh my god. Oh my god, really, Vin? I think the Source engine is still pretty damn good, and it's really, really solid, and with the way it's evolved, it's a great engine to mod on and, you know, make games for, but it's also very... it's limiting now, and they... if they released Left 4 Dead 3 on the Source engine, the complaints would be pretty, I think, intense. So I don't think they can just do that. I think they need to have a new engine, which would be the Half-Life 3 engine, Source 2 or whatever. But then they'd have to also go ahead and release fucking... it would be weird if they released the Source 2 engine with Left 4 Dead 3 and not Half-Life 3. It's a kind of a... I'm gonna use the word conundrum. And I kind of, when I think of it like this, and this, of course, is me just imagining, and 100% me just talking out of my ill-informed asshole, which I usually do on my stream. But if this is in any way, shape, or form close to what's going on, they were using Source 2 for Dota. Wait, really? How much different is it than Source 1? I mean, you can't really tell with a game like Dota, can you? Slightly better for graphics and good for VR. It looks nicer. So what would a first-person shooter in Source 2 look like? Because we've only got Dota to go on at the moment. CS:GO is on Source 2. It's not much different, my man. CS:GO isn't on Source 2 yet. Okay, I'm getting a lot of conflicting things in the chat here. It's rewritten Source 1. Titanfall was supposed to be on Source 2. It's like Source 1.5. Titanfall 2 is on a modded Source engine. And yes, that's true, it is. I remember that now. Titanfall 2 was awesome and looked really good. So then I guess they could do Left 4 Dead 3. They could just throw that shit right there. Just get that shit going. Just get that shit going. Would you say Valve is dying? No. As a developer, you could make that argument. I think you could say that they don't want to develop as much. I know the Valve offices are pretty loosey-goosey with what you get to do. You get to choose your projects. And, I would imagine that contributes to some of the apathy. But I don't think they're dying at all. I mean, as a company, they're doing really, really well with the Vive, and Steam continues to be a force of innovation. I mean, Steam revived PC gaming in a way that I couldn't really even... I mean, I'm grateful for it, but I couldn't even articulate how much it did for PC gaming. PC gaming was looked upon as a joke for a long time. Vive is HTC. Isn't the Vive... It's something to do with Valve, no? So, no, Valve is not dying. They're rich, and they're getting richer, and they're fine. It's... Okay, so it's Valve and HTC that are doing the Vive. That's what I thought. Something like that. They contracted HTC to manufacture it. I learn more from you guys than you do from me. Well, picture this. Picture it's like your favorite band decides to get into music publishing and not release any albums. You know, and they're producing, like, say, Tame Impala. Kevin Parker's also a producer, and he produces a lot of musicians. Say Kevin Parker doesn't release a Tame Impala album in 10 years, and is just producing other people. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but, and I'm sure he's doing really well, if that were the case. But, you know, I want a fucking Tame Impala album. Speaking of, we haven't heard any news of a new one. I can at least say that Another Light will be out before the next Tame Impala album is announced. I think I'm confident on that one happening, at least. I mean, it kinda also... The Valve stuff... with Rockstar, it kinda happened a little bit too, to some extent, with the GTA online stuff. They were making money from the in-game cash on GTA 5. And we haven't had a game from them in years. Still waiting on that on Red Dead Redemption 2. No, I know Red Dead 2's coming out, but it's been a while. It's been... notice, if you look at Rockstar's output 10, 15 years ago compared to now, it's definitely different. I wonder if a lot of this has to do with, you know, the level of quality and innovation, like, certain developers want to put into their games and not do the yearly release nonsense. And you think about games now and what like a really huge AAA blockbuster, innovative, amazing game requires. Think about all the fucking assets that you need for a game like GTA. Think about the AI, think about the cars, think about everything that you need to do. You need to have so many elements working in tandem. The physics, everything's gotta be like... It's huge. It's a really, really huge undertaking compared to, say, the PS2. So I kinda understand the need to take more time to make these games. And, I also, as a result of that, I do understand why companies wanted to find ways to make more money. I don't agree with it, but microtransactions and DLC... I agree with good DLC. You know, you have a game that costs $60, where years ago, it would be like a team of 12 people. Now it's a team of a couple hundred. It's like bigger than movie studios. So yeah, making AAA games is getting harder. And you gotta find some way to recoup your losses. And if you charge like $100 for a game, people are gonna get pissed. This has turned into a fucking spectacular rant. This has turned into a bunch of hot garbage is what it's turned into. All during my my baby's Squid Game. Squid Game for babies. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm really just thinking out loud. I love... You know, I love video games, I like indie games, I like good AAA games, too. I especially like when certain AAA games push the industry forward in terms of, like, tech and presentation. But, you know, if the gameplay suffers, then obviously that's not a good thing. But I would be okay with Valve just doing some smaller stuff. Maybe this card game is a step forward in a way to get their juices flowing. Maybe I shouldn't be too upset that it exists. Maybe this is their way of dipping their feet back in the pool. Trying, guys. Why don't I believe the words I'm saying? What controller do you use for PC games? I use the Xbox controller, the Xbox One. I have a mini controller, which I think is really good. It's wired. But I also use the regular Xbox One controller from time to time. One thing I like about the Xbox controllers is they're just compatible, or as another another peddler of lies has once said, it just works. Peddler of false promises, hope, and lie. I see it. Lore is at the very end. Okay, well, I can at least get this. Oh, I see what's happening. Both of these activate the same thing. They're part of the same mechanism. Guess I'm not getting that yet. Fucked up. Any idea of what Nintendo's next big innovation is? If you mean tech, I think we've seen it for a while. With the Switch HD Rumble, which isn't really much of an innovation. I mean, it's cool, it's... The best way I can describe HD Rumble is... It's neat. But the best thing that the Switch does is actually functions well as a portable or as a home console system. You know, so there's that. I would consider that to be an innovation of sorts. Well, of sorts. It definitely is. I mean, it's a good one. Okay, so lore at the very end. There's a button hidden on the ledge near the Zapfish. Button? I think I just have to continue hitting the drum. No? Oh. Cool. It's a particularly well-hidden lore. Not done yet. Now I'm done. There you go. Okay, so we got the lore, got 3 levels done. I think there's like 4 levels and a boss left, so that'll be next time. My dearest Callie and Mary, stop. On a research trip to the Cape with Agent 3, stop. Maybe late, but left dinner in fridge. Stop. Cool postcard. There's 23, 26... No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Or is there 3 levels in a boss? In any case, next time. Very, very cool. Very cool whip. I'm gonna take a quick break. We will return to Splatoon sometime, I think, next week. They don't know about telegrams. Yeah, the stop thing is a look up telegrams and you'll understand. But the game basically told me to stop, so I stopped. But why don't we get to Observer? If you missed Observer last night, I'm really enjoying it. It's cool. It's Blade Runner-esque in a lot of ways, and it's kind of like a psychological horror. So, you'll enjoy it if you liked Soma, I think. Or if you were into Blade Runner or any kind of retro-futurism. So stick around a couple minutes, and we will return with Observer, starring Rutger Hauer, and me shitting my pants. Be right back.